We were the first to bring it to Final Cut Pro in 2018, so people have been able to use text-based editing with Final Cut for the entire last 5 years and for the next 6 months, a year, 2 years.
5 years? That's incredible.
Yeah. In fact, Greg and I invented text-based editing back in 2010.
Okay.
We created an app largely for Serena Catania,
Right.
many of you may know
Absolutely.
her. And Serena was doing some documentary work at the time, and we realized that the workflow could be so much better with text-based editing. If you're working, back in the day, you would print it out, cut it up into strips, and
Exactly.
do all that, literally paper cuts.
Right. Exactly.
And so we created this app called Predit, Pre-Edit or Producer Edit, depending on how you like to interpret it, which we released in December of 2010.
Wait a minute. December of 2010 was before. You're kidding me.
It was for Final Cut Pro Classic. It was for Final Cut Pro 7.
Oh, I see.
And so something happened in 2011 that just never reached its true potential.
Right.
For some vague, obscure reason.
I think it was June the 20th, 2011, something the Earth
Well, in
shifted.
actual fact, February, it was first previewed to a bunch of Hollywood insiders.
Right.
And that got back to me very quickly. That we realized that the world was changing, and it was kind of devastating for us. Everybody else had years to adjust to whether they would which direction they were going to go, move to Final Cut Pro 10, go to another platform. Nothing changed for 99.99% of editors when
Right.
that announcement was made at the Super Meet.
Right.
On the other hand, it halved our business, our already precarious business, the next day. So we immediately, we got to the point where I wrote a book in order to pay rent.
Oh, I remember. You wrote. I bought those earlier PDFs and stuff.
Yeah,
that
well, there
you
was a
had.
book for Final Cut that we wrote they gave me a quick 1 week preview, and in that time I wrote a short book called Mastering the Metadata Foundations of Final Cut Pro 10,
Yep, I still have that.
which had consequences beyond what I expected to the directors of Focus and other people that were influenced by it that I never knew were influenced by it till many years later.
Right.
But within 3 weeks of Final Cut Pro being released, we already had another app on the marketplace, the little Event Manager 10, which we ran until Apple introduced libraries. Which I do say that part of the discussion that happened during the work we did with Apple to translate the old format of XML into the new format of XML
Right.
stimulated a lot of that discussion, because we actually had to work out with them how we were going to translate sequences without a two-step process.